button. There we go. Hey everybody, I'm Mike.
And I'm Vic.
And you're watching METS
in Florida.
What's up, Vic?
How you doing, Mike?
Doing good.
Nice.
Speaking of Florida, it was a good weekend in Florida, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little sweep today. Yeah.
We had the dustpan sweep, and then we have the regular sweep.
Yeah.
All I know is, as Jim Brewer would say, Miami is the cleanest town in the country because they just got swept.
That's a good line. That's a good line. Oh, you know what? I'm glad the Mets took this series seriously, unlike the Yankees in our two-game.
Yeah, you know, because those Royals are so bad, you figured it was going to be a cakewalk to sweep those guys.
I guess the Yankees didn't take it seriously today when they just got beat.
When the bullpen blew it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When they gave up 4 unanswered runs like that? Yeah.
I thought that take by some Yankee fans and some Yankee fans who are broadcasters having that take that they weren't serious. I'm like, give me a break.
I was very disappointed when I heard a certain WFAN guy say that, because as a rule, he makes a lot of sense, but I felt like he was just being sour grapes.
Yeah. Like, if they won, they would have been like,
they would have rubbed it in our faces.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed when I heard that.
It's funny. Go listening to the on my way home from work, listening to this Marlins series. I heard something I never heard before.
Did you listen to Howie and Terry?
No. It came through from the Marlins feed.
Okay.
On Sirius, and never heard this before.
What's that?
Their announcers actually giving us credit and saying what a deep lineup we had, how difficult we are to play against. I was shocked.
Really?
I was like the same announcers that used to always bury us and have these condescending comments, like all the announcers and every team out there.
Yeah.
Some worse than others. I was like really shocked, but I was like, okay. You know.
By the way, before we get more into that, you know, today was the last game of the month of July. So the monthly records have been April 15-7, May 19-10, June 13-12, and July 17-8.
Very nice.
When your worst month is one game over 500, you're doing okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, doing okay.
We didn't have, and I know they talk about June being rough. July was no cakewalk.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
No.
Too bad the Braves won again.
Yeah, no, what a pain in the butt. But that's all right.
Well, we're gonna be going up head to head another week. So
wouldn't it be nice to face them having a 9-game winning streak?
Yeah. I just want to face them in full strength.
Full strength. That was like a little momentum going in there.
Yeah, I did hear some. I think it was on MLB network talking about the Braves and how they haven't hit their full stride. I was like, you got to be kidding me, right? I was
like, 14 in a row is not full stride.
Yeah, I was like, I know they're good. We know they're a great team. Ain't no question about it. But to say they haven't hit their full stride when they said, well, Acuna hasn't hit in full, his full stride, and Albies is not there. I said, okay, let's see. We've had the worst catching tandem as far as hitting in the majors. Okay. With no end in sight. We had no DH to speak of. Okay. We have been
we were missing at least one, if not 2 starting pitchers or more.
2 starting pitchers, the best pitcher in baseball.
Well, don't forget,
in there.
Bassett was out for a while. Carrasco was out a couple times.
Yeah.
So we everyone got it for a little while.
The relief, the pen has not been as good as it could be. So my take was, we haven't hit our full stride yet. If any team can say that, we can say that. We haven't hit it yet. So
you know, it's funny though, speaking of the bullpen, even though we still need improvement, we're 3rd in the NL in bullpen.
I saw that stat and I was really surprised because I didn't think we were that high up. I
It just
thought
shows
we
you
were a little
how
lower.
flighty everyone's bullpen is.
Yeah,
So here's what I'm thinking. With that information, and I have to admit, the bullpen's been really good lately. Lately, they've been pretty good.
but we can't go by that. We can't go by they've been good here because relievers can fall into a slump and
Well,
we
they're
need
flighty
more.
as hell, I know.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying is, knowing that I know Peterson hasn't been great. You're gonna get McGill back at some point. Do you just focus on getting like Robertson and have the other
um,
reinforcements come from within and focus more on hitting, or
I would really like to get two pitchers. I really
Yeah.
would like to get two pitchers. I don't want to just go for one and then let's say May has a dip. There's really nobody that we can call up. And once the trade deadline is done, it's done. We can't
no,
do
you
anything
gotta do
about it.
something. I agree with you.
Yeah, so I think we have to go for those two pitchers. And then go from there. Now, as far as rumors out there, there's certain names, certain players from our system. Apparently Sapaki.
Yeah, I heard his name
Getting a
today.
lot. Yeah, he's been getting a lot of play out there. And they've been pitching him out of the bullpen. And he's now he's throwing 97. So a lefty who can throw hard, there is value there. So definitely, and we know that Dom and JD is going to be in a deal. Maybe altogether, who knows? So I'm kind of glad for that. And I did hear Epler is against trading Vientos for any rentals. I'm glad he made that stance, not just because we're thinking that, I mean, he could be part of the future, or he could be an important part for a trade at the end of the year. So you can't give up these big guys, you know?
Well, it's funny. I was reading about how the Red Sox really want Vientos.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm
you
not
want him
giving
that
up.
bad? Give us Devers then.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want
Forget
okay,
JD. Give me
okay.
Devers.
Yeah. I was like, no, I agree. It was like after that debacle that we did with Armstrong, you can't do that again. So Mauricio's off. Those guys are off. I mean, the only one I'm looking would be Mauricio, and he has value. The guy's a shortstop.
I wouldn't just throw him in anywhere.
Yeah, but if I had to just really push it, he would be the guy. Mauricio, because he's blocked. He's blocked at second. He's blocked at short.
He's got no place. Yeah, I know.
Right.
Unfortunately.
So yeah, so that's the only one of our top 5 that I'm willing to give, and that's got to be enough. He is in the top 100. I'm not sure where he ranks in the 100 prospects, but he's somewhere in the middle, I think.
Yeah, at one point he was really up there, but he's dropped
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
No, I like that we're being stingy. I mean, and I
Yeah.
just read a report a little while ago that Ohtani said if he's going to get traded, he wants to come here.
Oh, I didn't hear that one. Where did that come
It
from?
came out about an hour ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of his
To New York?
relationship with Epler, and he likes.
Oh,
the
he
way
said
the
he
team is
specifically
going.
said he specifically said Mets or New York.
Nope, I'll show you. I just posted it as well on the hold on. Yeah, I posted it on the other page. Here. It's from a let's see, where is it? It's coming. Yeah, but here it is. Per sources, Mets beat report.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Kind of blurry, but
Yep.
yep. So he's got a bond with Epler. And I'll be honest with you, I still wouldn't want to give up our top 2 for him.
No, I'm not going to give it to him. Yeah, only because the good thing about Ohtani is that the chances of him getting dealt to the Dodgers are very slim.
Yeah, because of the LA thing.
Right. And next year, if their best way of getting value for him would be at the end of this year. Because if he goes through another year, his value just goes less. You know what I mean? I mean, he could be a potential next year trade deadline kind of thing, but then his value is going to be less. I'm not going to give him up enough. So I'm more than willing to wait for for him to become a free agent, and then pretty much him and Soto, and we'll see where we stand at that point. And I like to see our guys keep, if the best scenario is to keep them down there in the minors, maybe pick the best one we can use for September call up. But we have a few guys who are going to have 25 to 30 home runs in the minors this year. And that just ups their value. Vientos is, I think he's got 18, I believe. I think he's got 18 home runs so far this year.
Correct.
So I'm pretty sure he's gonna blow by what he did last year. He had 25 home runs, and he's gotten hot. In the month of July, he's hit about 320. The strikeouts are still a little bit high, but the other thing I noticed about Vientos is a lot of his home runs come late in games. He's one of those hitters that, they're clutch, or also surprising. Like he can go a game and be 0 for 3, and then he comes 8th inning and boom, hits one.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of interesting that he has a penchant for doing that. Alvarez, if he's, as he stays there through the month of August, he's starting to find his groove in AAA. So he's up there. I think he's at 20 home runs. So he's another one, potentially be 30 this year. Then we have Mauricio. Mauricio is at 18 home runs. And coming from the outside and picking up steam is Mr. Beatty. He's got 16 home runs. And the month he is on serious fire. I looked at it as he was batting like 350 over the last 3 weeks. Like he has gone off.
He's been hot. He's had multiple home run games.
Right. So I think they're keeping him down there to just kind of up their value. And I think, the more of those guys that we have, the less we have to give up.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Justifiably, we can say, hey, no, that's too much value for that.
And I'll be honest, like, I know we were like really into Soto like a week ago or so, but I still want him, don't get me wrong, in a perfect world, in a bubble. But I feel like at the end of the day, we got bigger fish to fry right now. We're trying to win a championship now.
Yeah.
And I love I'm not saying Soto would ruin it. I think he'd fit right in, but I'm liking the chemistry on this team. I know what we need to get for this year. And I feel like we're just so close. We don't need that big thing. We just need somebody that fits into the machine.
Right.
Like real quick with this series, right? The way that we kept coming back in that first game. Bassett didn't have his stuff. He gave up the 3 runs. What's been our theme all year? Immediate response.
Yes.
3 innings the next, 3 runs the next inning. And then we lost the lead. Marte's been unbelievable. He hits the home run. Nimmo with the big home run. I feel like we're really bonding now,
Yeah, it seems like they're coming together and doing what they did early in the season. That they got
I feel like
away
they're a little
from.
better now even than they were.
Yeah, because in the beginning they were grinding out hits and they were really good with men in scoring position. Then they got away from those. They were still kind of grinding them out, but they weren't. While they were still grinding out at bats, they were not making productive outs.
They weren't.
Okay,
and not only that,
hurt them.
The intangible is that they were still getting to know each other then. Now you could see this team really is like a family.
Yeah.
Like they're a brotherhood now. They know, like that 86 kind of feeling. Like,
and I did. It was funny is bringing up 86. I saw an interview with Darryl Strawberry.
Yes.
And they asked him about what his advice was, and he said to just go out and have fun. I was like, don't put pressure on yourself.
Don't take it seriously. I mean, don't take
just have fun. It's
too seriously. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Just go out and have fun, and good things will happen.
Yeah.
It's like, don't put extra pressure on yourself.
Right.
And I think that was something that we saw last year. A lot of
tightened up too much.
Yeah, you could just tell, and it was less about that extending the line kind of mentality. It was more like, well, nobody's doing it, so I have to do something. And it didn't work. Didn't work. We don't have those kind of hitters. And now everybody seems, I've seen great at bats from, I haven't seen those as good at bats from Lindor since he's been a Met. I mean,
Lindor's been on fire.
Yeah, he's
Look,
hitting the low ball away. He's going away with it. He's not trying to pull it. He's getting these hits on the other side.
no,
Nimmo
look,
now
now
we've
he's
seen
hitting
the last
about
couple of games.
270 right now.
Yeah,
He's
now
climbing.
he's starting. Yeah, he's starting to look like the hitter he was with Cleveland. He's starting to show that. And these new guys that came in, they fit right in. They're
That's what I want to
grinders
talk to you
too.
about next. But in the series as a whole, again, the pitching was unbelievable with Cookie, and even today, Walker wasn't like stellar, but he was solid.
Right.
His pitch count was a little high, but the pitching's been on point. The bullpen, I know you can't look at it and run with it, but the bullpen was good. The offense seems to be clicking, which brings me to what you were mentioning, the two new guys. Vogelback is as advertised. The man gets on base.
Yes, he does.
I mean,
just like the Moneyball line. What does he do? He gets on base. I'm still waiting for him to hit that bomb because it's coming.
It's coming. He's had about what, maybe 15 at bats as a Met, and I think he's been on base at least 7 or 8 times.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah.
And even, it's funny.
I like him as a hitter. The funny thing is every time I see Vogelback, I just think of those like softball hitters.
Well, speaking of Moneyball, he reminds us of. Remember the video that Jonah Hill?
Yeah.
The kid with the home run. Yeah.
Yes. It kind of reminded me of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Vogel Babe. Babe Ruth, Vogel Babe.
Yep.
And what's funny? I know in the beginning, maybe the Naquin deal was a bit of a like what. I could see why we got him though. He still fits pretty good. Like even today with the he contributed.
Yeah, for sure.
I could see why we got him.
Yeah, they're all just fitting in, and then we just need that one more hitter, and that just kind of protects us.
Oh my God!
Anybody gets cold, boom. Especially if you get a righty, because Vogelback will lose some of his at bats. So with Naquin, but if our righty hitter is struggling, boom, or the matchup doesn't favor him, boom, we got a good guy to come in there.
So let me ask you this question, because there is still a money. I don't care how rich you are. There's always a money ball aspect to making moves. Okay. The two guys we got are left-handed. I know they say, well, we got this guy, so this guy could hit more. This guy could go here. This guy could be a replacement. I get it. But I almost feel like the fact that the two guys we got so far are left-handed is their way of telling us we're not getting Josh Bell. We're not getting a left-handed batter. We're going to get a right-handed batter.
We're going to get a right-handed batter. It's going to be Contreras or it's going to be JD Martinez
or Mancini.
Or Mancini. Even though I've heard a little bit less about him lately
because of their winning.
Yeah. Now the interesting thing I saw today was about the Red Sox. That they're kind of in a weird situation that they might sell and buy at the same time.
Right, because they're the Red Sox.
They're the Red Sox, exactly. Now the interesting thing about what I read was how they want to get under the luxury tax. That they're right at the cusp of it, and trading JD would cut about $7.5 million off of that, and they would look to see a team that would take that salary, the rest of the salary, and not have to pay anything. Right? Like most teams won't like to do that. Mets are the perfect team to do that because that means that we can take the whole contract and we don't have to give you as big of a return as you want because there's more salary relief. So between, I think it was between JD and what was it, Vasquez, it would be something in the neighborhood about 11 million, something like that. That's what I read. That would come off their books, giving them a gap to do, something else. I mean,
yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
they'd be
mean?
a good partner for sure.
Yeah.
Well, they like Dom. I know the Cubs like Dom.
Funny thing, I haven't heard anything about JD Davis.
No, and he hit a home run yesterday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of the home run, it's funny because we know I still believe in the mental part. Like you feel like, yeah, we were in a little funk in Chicago. We struggled to score. I feel like now they see the light at the end of the tunnel. They know they're going to get better. And because they know they're going to get better, they are better.
Yeah,
It's like the mind is so powerful. So
yeah,
it's like today they had 19 hits, no home runs.
right.
That's like our classic game. But do you realize for the month of July, they had 30 home runs? They averaged
Oh,
more than a home run a game.
oh, wow.
We just didn't, yeah, it's like they did it quietly.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of people for winning awards for the month of July, did you see Carlos Carrasco's July numbers?
Yes,
He could be the pitcher of the month.
he could be. I was like, wow, I was surprised. I guess we're so close to it because it always seems every time he's pitching, he always has that inning that it's like
Yeah,
go either way, but somehow he's got out of it. Yeah.
he's really settled in. Um, and I'm going to say this now. I know he's probably not going to get it, but you'd be nuts not to put Edwin Diaz in the Cy Young conversation.
I knew you were going there, and I agree. I
mean, Alcantara is good. By the way, speaking of Alcantara, you realize we're the only team to score 4 runs off of him twice?
Yeah. And before I used to be like, oh, I don't want to go against his pitchers. But now during the season, I want to go against the best pitcher because
We're beating them.
Yeah,
Today,
I want to go
Pablo
against
Lopez.
them. Yeah, I want to see them go up against it because it's good practice because you're going to see the best pitching come October. So if you have it in your mind that it's like, I've seen the best pitching, we beat the best pitchers, right? That gives you extra confidence going in, knowing that your attack has worked, grinding these guys down, working their pitch counts up, and then going for them.
I mean, the Marlins are right, and the Marlins have a good pitching staff.
Yeah,
Today
and we
with
beat a
Pablo
good pitching
Lopez,
staff.
he's no
Yeah.
slouch.
Yeah, we didn't beat a bunch of bum pitchers. We beat some really good
Beat some
pitchers.
Max Fried. We beat
Yeah.
these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. I mean, so that's what makes this team so different. But just what a weird month, but a good month of July, though. I mean, overall considering. But I do believe a lot of it is mental. Like we know we're going to get better now.
Right.
We know we're on the verge of getting to the point where we're just going to be in a good place. Like,
Yeah.
and we're not going to do anything stupid either.
Yeah. I was really happy to see that because I was like, let's not do this again with Chicago. I don't want to see those guys. It's like we got to make the move. But I'm not screwing myself over for next year. Because I think the call from Epler to the Angels, I think he has at least parameters of what they're looking for. Probably toss out some names and they're probably like, okay, these names I'm not going to give up, and these names I have to give up because you got to give up something for Ohtani. But
yeah, you do. No, you do. You have to. But I'm not going to give up Alvarez or Beatty. I really don't want.
We can't give up both. We can't give up both. You might be pushed to give up one or the other, but you can't give both. And
who would you rather give? You'd rather give a Batty, of course.
You know what? It's like Beatty is starting to really pour it on.
Grow on you, yeah.
Yeah, and I liked him before, and now it's like, well, now he's lifting the ball more than before. He's driving it a lot to all fields. He's now in the beginning when Beatty first, I think his first year in the system, he was like a big power hitter, not a big average hitter. And then it went the other way where his average went up and his power went down. And now it looks like they're matching up. They're matching up there. And I think Alvarez is one of those guys that, which bears watching, but he seems to have the ability to bounce out of it. He seems to be a guy who will press from time to time because the strikeout starts going up because nobody wants to pitch to him. But then once he starts accepting it and getting the walks, what happens? he starts getting pitches to hit and he does something with them,
Yeah,
and and getting into our lineup, he'll see pitches to hit
because he'd
when
be
he
in the
comes
lower
up.
part of the lineup.
He'll be the lower part of the lineup, and it's always like, oh, he's a rookie. Let's challenge him and see what he's got.
So plus you feel we got Parada too as insurance.
I think Parada's insurance, and Parada will play one way or the other. Oh, and another important thing that I did see, believe it was yesterday. Beatty played left field.
Oh, how's he on defense? Is he okay?
He's got 11 errors. It's not bad. I heard he's improved. Footwork, he's faster. He also stole a base the other day. He's only got 2, but he stole a base the other day. And from all the reports, he's gotten more athletic.
Oh yeah, he's still
But I was surprised
developing,
to see him in the left field, which is good because it just gives us that extra ability to how he's going to fit in. 2 ways. Either he's marketability trade wise, or how he fits in with us. Let's say it's next year, and we still have Escobar, and let's say Escobar goes on a tear in the playoffs or whatnot. You're not going to get the job to a rookie third baseman. You let him, let him break in, and then you go from there. Because the thing with him, you can actually break in Beatty with Escobar because he's a lefty hitter, and Escobar has shown this year he's weak from the left side.
Right.
And I saw I forgot who broke it down as far as the swing path. It's different from the left than the right. Is like on the right, he's like short to the ball, and from the left side, he's a little long in the swing, and that's where he tends to struggle on the left side. So
yeah, and as you're talking, I'm looking to see if there's any update. I feel like something's imminent almost.
I keep looking to see what's going on, but nothing is really popping yet. Maybe something will pop now, and then we'll let everybody know. Hey, guess what?
That's what I was kind of hoping we could do. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great to be able to break a story. They did. I forgot to mention one other hitter that has taken off, and that is Alex Ramirez.
He's still doing it, huh?
He in Brooklyn, he struggled a little bit at the beginning, like they all do. You all expect them to do it on the next level, and he has taken off, and he's starting to show more power. So
good, yeah.
So that's a good thing. He's showing more power. Yeah. So we're gonna have, by the end of this year, depending on who stays or who goes, they're going to have some sneaky prospects in there with decent amount of power in interesting positions, middle infielders, some outfielders. I did take a notice of another hitter in, I think he's in the instructional. He's actually a little older. He's a Cuban, I think he's a Cuban infielder, I believe. Last name Paz. And he won't be in that league very long. He'll move quick because he's older, he played Cuban baseball, but he can hit.
That's good. Hey,
yeah,
that's a good sign.
Now, the one thing to shout out with the deal that we did, a lot of people just kind of like tossed it aside and said, oh, we didn't give anything up for, I think it was Naquin that we gave up. It's like low minor leaguers. One of them being Hector Rodriguez. And if you look at the numbers a little bit, you do the trade. However, if you look at the numbers, especially with players from the Dominican and other countries, they tend to be a little bit more, because they're so young, free swingers. They're trying to put up numbers.
Yeah.
He actually was putting up numbers with less strikeouts than walks. I think he's 17, 18 years old.
Right.
So guys like that who already have that ability, that bat to ball skills that early, they ain't nothing. They're not
Yeah, I know
nothing.
that kind of bothers you a little bit.
Well, I remember seeing that and I went, oh, because I had mentioned to
What was his
you
name?
about that
Acuna?
guy. No, the Acuna's the pitcher and he had good numbers too. But Rodriguez was the one that just kind of popped out at me about the strikeouts and walks, his speed and his high average and extra base hit powers. I was like, wow. So it wasn't like nothing we gave up, but when we're in this situation, it's not like it's going to be a can't miss kind of guy, but we gave up something,
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. I mean, it's so hard because it's down the road, but at the same time, I know it's like,
yeah. Well, they did a good job scouting.
oh
get
yeah,
him.
oh yeah.
They did a good job and
this may sound crazy because I know to the naked eye the numbers aren't great, but the kid that we got in that trade that we stuck in AAA, he's actually a strikeout pitcher. Or he's becoming a strikeout pitcher.
right.
But he's very raw.
Right.
He's very raw.
I still have to look at as far as AAA, I have to look up on the injuries, like what happened to Magnum.
Jake Mangum. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's
Mangum
been
PI.
Yep, he's been out I think all of July. So I don't know the injury status on him. And he was actually killing the ball at that point. And I know they like him,
Yes.
So we have some people, but I think we're going to see some deals where we try to get we're going to send some of our excess as far as throw-ins. I mean, I think you're going to see Lee go, Plummer go, JD, Dom, not as main pieces, but as additional pieces.
What's the first name you said?
Khalil Lee.
Oh, Khalil Lee. Oh yeah.
Khalil Lee, yeah. Khalil Lee. Him, Plummer. Because those guys are closer to being major league ready.
What's his face? The guy that we never called up that's known for his power. Halka.
Yeah.
Those kind of guys.
Yeah, those kind of guys. I think we're gonna see them move. So that they got some moving parts. And I agree, it's like I'm not paying a ransom for Contreras.
No.
Especially if push comes to shove and we need some more offense, which we know we do in the minors, we got the best catcher, hitter right there. You can always work them in.
Yeah.
The sooner the better, really. But
yeah, and I'm still very leery about giving him up. But what the time we have, let's quickly preview this week because it's going to be a crazy week. We get Jake back on Tuesday.
Yes.
So our rotation is now Scherzer, DeGrom, Bassett, Carrasco, Walker.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That looks good.
Oh, man. So, I mean, look, baseball's a funky game. You never know what's going to happen. But a betting man would say that we're going to sweep the Nats.
Well, I never like to look ahead.
But at least take 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I really, when it gets to these kind of things, I just take it day at a time. Keep doing it. The one thing I want to see from the Mets is keep those at bats going the way they have been
grinding.
Just keep it going. Grind the pitchers down. You get a good pitch to hit, jump all over it. Don't be waiting. Make productive outs. They will win. They do that, they will win.
Yeah, right. No, I agree with you. It's not not how to get there.
Yeah.
The result will take care of itself.
I mean, everybody's like, oh, we got to sweep this way. I take it a day at a time. If we sweep, great. I don't like to look past anything.
No, I don't.
I always have that.
Again, just like this series felt like it could have been a trap.
Right.
After the Yankees. This series definitely feels like a trap.
Right.
If we're not careful.
Right. So that's why I said, one day at a time,
Respect every
Just-
team.
respect every team
Treat the
and
Nats like they're
yeah,
they're contenders.
yeah. And exactly. And after, you every game, you go after them. Just don't stay back, go after them. And
Well,
you
that's what I'm
keep
saying.
doing
I was
that.
just saying, all I mean is like, I would love to enter that Braves series on a 9-game winning streak. I would love that.
It would be good. It would be good with another big hitter in there that they haven't seen. One little note as far as the hitters. I really like, well, based on his experience and his reputation, JD Martinez, but he's hit really bad in the last 30 games. I looked at his stats and
Yeah, no,
yeah, but they were saying stuff about his back, which kind of,
scares you a little bit.
scares me a little bit. I mean, I know he can drive in runs. He's better than anything we got, but I did hear now all of a sudden, just throw it out there, the Braves have stuck their nose into Brandon Drury.
Yeah.
So they don't need any more hitters. That's what I'm just saying. I was like,
No, I understand that.
a little worrisome there, but let's see. But it'll be exciting next.
It'll be great to see Max and Jake back to back.
Yep.
And
we
the
got,
way that, I think it seems things are starting now to click. And then we'll see when we get the 5 games at home against the Braves. I mean, yeah, again, you don't want to look far ahead, but of course you got a number. You cannot have a number in your mind.
right.
You cannot not have a number. Oh, I'd love to win this many. I'm not going to say the number, but
Right.
yeah, I mean, we know what we need to do.
Yeah. And
And-
it'll be exciting. What, 36 hours to go?
It will be. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And I wonder how many Braves fans, because usually the shoe's on the other foot. I wonder how many Braves fans are looking at this 5-game series with us and thinking, wow, this could be the division for us right here. In other words, this could make or break whether we're going to be a division winner or a wild card winner.
Right. Exactly.
There's so many playoff spots now, but
Yeah.
yes, but the trading deadline is where it's at right now, and I believe anything, it's going to be imminent. Something's going to happen.
Yeah. Something's gonna happen, and let's just get the best play we can without mortgaging the near future.
Yeah, not just the future, the near future,
The
without a
near
doubt.
future. Yeah.
Yeah, because and like I said, I feel like this team, the way it is even now, is bonding and gelling, and
Yeah.
you just want to supplement it now with good.
Yeah.
You don't want to wreck it. You're not going to wreck it, obviously, but
Yeah.
what needs, like the guys we got so far, perfect fits. We need one more big bat, and then
One
we're
big
on our
bat
way.
and a couple of good arms. One high leverage. One, if you can't get in, I would love to have 2 high leverage, but if not, there it is. But
You never know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know we got to go.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get on again the day of the trading deadline, the 2nd.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. And if anything breaks, we'll get on again.
We'll get on again anyway, even if it's 4 a.m. That's good.
There you go.
All right, man. Well, on that note, on 3, 1, 2, 3, let's
go,
go
Mets.
Mets, and like and subscribe.
Yes.
Thanks, Vic. Take care.
Take care, everybody.
Later. Thank you. Bye.